Hello everyone and welcome back to another YouTube video. I have a special guest here with me today. Now, some of you who are watching this channel may have come across my videos on this guy's channel, and it was actually a couple months ago where I was just like randomly scrolling on YouTube and I came across this young kid from Argentina, and really I really admired kind of the work and the transparency that he was putting into his content, but I noticed that there were some things that weren't quite proper, I guess, in the way that he was, trying to grow. So I kind of reached out and I wanted to lend a helping hand. And he took kind of the lessons and learnings and whatnot and has completely, been growing on YouTube, growing his agency. And I'm so proud of this young man's progress that he's made in the short little while. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring him on here kind of as a intermediate step between me and perhaps maybe if you're just getting into SMMA, you, to kind of show you like, what it looks like and what lessons that you can learn to get, 1 to 2 steps ahead. So without further ado, welcome. Introduce yourself.
All right. I'm Said. I'm 16 years old from Argentina, second worst inflation in the world. And yeah, we met up with Dylan. It was crazy. Like I kind of have a presentation to go over my whole story, but I was cold calling all day, and transitioning to Instagram DMs was just the best thing I could have ever done. So it really, like, I started experiencing a lot of growth in YouTube. Like, it's the most watched video, and also in the agency as well. So honestly, meeting you, bro, was crazy.
Well, let's get into
Yeah.
it.
But yeah, this is pretty much how to start an SMMA as a teenager with a crappy accent. It's not really like a specific guide, but it's like that because I'm like that, right? So, and this is my journey. This is how I did it. So I hope you can learn like some lessons, because I'm not an expert. Definitely, Dylan could teach you a lot more than I can, but maybe you can kind of relate with where I'm at in the journey, and you can learn a few things. So pretty much when Dylan got in contact with me, I was just cold calling every day for hours and hours. So like, if you want to do 100 cold calls, it's gonna take you like 2 or 3 hours at least. So I was cold calling every day, hours and hours, cold calling on the phone, and it was good. Like, actually, if you see the channel, I was cold calling so much, I was uploading a ton of videos, and yeah, like you can see, like my first 3 videos were actually about cold calling. And I was getting clients. It was pretty good. My agency was growing, but I was miserable. Well, like, not really, I'm being dramatic here, but cold calling is a really good method. You're gonna get a ton of clients, but I was dreading it all day. Like, I would wake up and be like, man, today I gotta do cold calls. Like, I wanted to kill myself, bro. Really. If you cold call, like, if you ever cold call in your life, you understand what I mean. So one day I was looking for cold callers in the Discord, and I got a ton of DMs, right? I was looking for appointment setters, and a lot of people were in my DMs, and they were like, hey, how much you pay, whatever. And this guy slid into my DMs, was like, what niche are you in? And I thought he was a cold caller, right? So I was like, hey, let me send you a long message to explain you the process. I'll get back to you in a sec. And then I realized he wasn't trying to cold call. So I just started a conversation with him, and we kept talking and talking, right? And the video in my channel came along, right? This video, I couldn't get my first client, so I asked for help, and really, like, it blew the fuck up. This screenshot is from 2 days ago. Now it has 19K views. So it's just blowing and blowing up at a crazy rate. And I learned a lot of things. And like, actually, if you haven't watched that video and you haven't got your first client, you gotta watch it, because it's like the stepping stone. It's like what you needed. So like, a lot of people actually got their first client from that video, and it is simply crazy, bro. So just give it a watch. It's worth it. And also, this is exactly how I did Instagram DMs from that video. I started applying the strategy, and simply, maybe it's a really long message, but I started doing exactly this, and I got, these are some of the clients I got. I got 2 screenshots here. I got a few more, and Scott is gonna kill me because of revealing the script. But it doesn't matter, bro. let's just go on. And also like in the last video, something everyone told me is that I gotta do a live demonstration of how to do Instagram DMs, right? Scotty told me it would be a lot more valuable, like a lot of people told me. So I'm gonna do exactly just that. So Dylan, you can give me a niche.
Let's do gym niche.
All right, gym. So actually in the gym niche, a lot of people put hashtag gym, but the problem is that like you're gonna get a ton of people who are just uploading a random post. So usually here you want to target, for example, I think you told me fitness coach or
Yeah,
stuff like
something.
that,
Yeah.
so that you actually target the owner of the gym and the stuff like that. You don't target any random girl or boy that went to the gym. So fitness coach, and then the city. So let's say, for example, I don't know, New York. And you're a fitness coach in New York, you get a few posts, right? So let's wait because it's Argentina Wi-Fi. So you go here. And what I do, like I personally don't like their posts. I don't comment. I just go here, simply message. Oh, you can't message this one.
For these accounts that they say you can't message, you can follow them first and then message them.
Oh, really? Let me see. Yo, that's true. Well, I learned something else, bro. It's like I should be trying to teach people stuff, but I'm just learning. But you just go here, you just ask a random question about the niche. I don't know. Like,
Well, one thing
don't
that is
use.
very important in regards to the first question that you ask, and I've seen some people that have kind of missed the mark on this, is that the question that you ask isn't too far off track of where you're going to inevitably take the conversation, which is a pitch.
Hmm.
Like if you ask somebody, you know, what do you like for breakfast? And then your second follow up is, by the way, can I help you get more clients? They're going to be like, why did you ask me what I asked for breakfast? Right?
Yeah.
If somebody asks me like, hey, I'm looking for a gym, how much do you charge? And then you hit them with, well, full transparency, they're just going to get mad. So a good example is like, hey, can you take on more members this month?
All right. So let's do just that. Hey, can you take on more members this month? And then most of them are not even gonna see the message. So what you're gonna do is that after one day, if they didn't see the message, you gotta follow up. It's gonna be like maybe it's gonna be a lengthy process. A lot of people kind of don't really like to work like send the DMs and stuff like that because yeah, maybe it feels like work, but bro, I can tell you it's 10 times better than cold calling. Like cold calling is trash, bro. So just do this, bro. You don't even have to tag, like, yeah, if they answer, the best thing is to call them up. And also like in the video with Dylan, he covers everything like in detail, right? But let's say that this guy answers and then you are like, well, look, to save us some time, I'm gonna be transparent, right? Like exactly the script you have here in the Canva presentations. So obviously this guy didn't answer, so don't do that and don't send an emoji. But like you just go like, for example, my script is really long. And what I saw like made a really big difference is to send it in separate messages, right? If you send it as separate messages, you don't look like a bot, right? And also like the account setup is pretty simple. Like you just gotta get a few followers, and it's gonna be pretty easy. Just two random pictures, and even like if you don't have likes, you can just go here and hide the like count, and boom, that's it. So like just get a few followers. I actually have a video about it. I kind of can't go into the whole process because I don't have like an account to show you an example, but I have a video about it you can check out to grow your Instagram account from zero. And I don't know, I think that's pretty much it.
Let me just add one thing here. So go back to your scripts. And one thing
Yes.
I will say that is very important, and one of the things that I find so funny about the world of entrepreneurship and the flood of new people that have come into, try and make a name for themselves in the world of entrepreneurship, is a lot of the time when people come to, this side of the earth, we'll call it, they, come in here believing of themselves as, independent, free thinking, escape the matrix. And these are kind of all the people or all the things that they talk to themselves and they tell themselves when they look in the mirror. But then they end up finding somebody else and following them just like a sheep that they were following like a sheep in the other way of, life. So when you see your script here, like that's a good example. But I definitely don't want people copying scripts, because depending on who you are, what your niche is, what your offer is, your personality, and all these different things, your culture, the country that you're reaching out to, different scripts and different things are going to react differently. And that is why it's more important to understand, like, just like you have learned, how to create an outreach script and how to book appointments, as opposed to, just getting another script.
And like you have many different things that you gotta test out. Like you gotta split test and see like what gets the most responses.
And that's the thing is too, is like, people always like to complain about that. People always like to complain about, oh, my niche is so saturated. And niches don't saturate. Offers do, right? Car detailers is not a saturated niche. People still want to make more money in car detailers. Car detailers are still looking for solutions to their problems. However, car detailers are tired of being DM'd, hey, is this the best place for questions? And then getting hit up with Tony Lee's outreach script.
Yeah. So also like you gotta like kind of realize what are like the problems of the niche, do niche research, because like offering Facebook ads and all of that stuff is free, like it's fairly easy, and because of that everyone does it. But if you actually go like the next mile, and try to do something else, you're gonna separate so much from your competition. Like actually got in touch with a guy who was working with a ton of car detailers, and he offered software development, like I don't know, websites, I think, stuff like that. And he got in touch with me because he was like, hey man, I got all of these car detailing clients. Car detailing is not saturated. Your offer is saturated. And this is true. It's true.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for giving us a little bit of your time and sharing your story, and hopefully, if nothing else, providing that extra little bit of inspiration or belief that, somebody who may not be living in America and may not have the perfect English and maybe, younger in the space, the motivation they need to show them that it is possible.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up this video, where can people continue to follow you in order to, keep that fire that you've ignited in them lit?
Yeah, so you can find me in everywhere at Said Kamoun. So like Said Kamoun, SAIDCAMUN. And also something I wanted to add, bro, is don't let like all of those limiting beliefs hold you back. Because like actually in the sales call, what I do, this is literally what I do, bro. In the sales call, I'm like, well, as you can see, I'm really young. Guess my age. And we like at this point you kind of build rapport by doing that. And the guy is like, well, 19, 18, I'm like lower, 17, 16, yeah, 16. And bro, like that way, like it may be stupid, bro, but it's ways of building rapport. And the same also with the accent. Like I'm like, as you can see, I'm not native from America, so guess where I'm from? And he doesn't know. So I'm like, is the World Cup winner. And so he's like, Argentina. And yeah, bro, like it's stupid things, bro, but they make a difference.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for your time, and I'm sure we will be creating more videos together down the road.
For sure.